treat us like a damn fiddle! Give it back! This isn't right, that was ours!
There is a crisis amongst Gen Z, a crisis that very few people want to talk about, but I'm here to discuss it because why the hell not? I, like many people, was told throughout my school years, go to university, get a degree and you'll get a job, and now that I've done exactly those things, I can't get work anywhere. I wouldn't normally use this channel to talk about such issues, as after all this is just a silly shitposting channel I started when I was 15, but well, I haven't seen other people discuss this openly and I thought I might as well throw my hat into the ring and see what people think. We're living through some pretty unnerving times, and my generation specifically is the one that's been through so many ups and downs. It's like we're living in an episode of Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad or Arcane or something. Every other day now there's like some crazy news story or some crazy this or some crazy that. Hey, did you know that this guy was actually doing this, or this country was actually bombing that country, or I don't know, Israel needs another $20 trillion. And in the age of algorithms, I think it's easy for people to overlook issues on a deeper level, and so I'm here to at least put a gigantic pin in this problem and hopefully get some folks talking about it, at least, if nothing else. Now, I don't claim to be some kind of, I'm a Reddit intellectual, I can solve all the world's hunger and claim Reddit gold on r/atheism and r/socialism plus. I'm just simply pointing out problems that I've observed and stuff that's personally affected me. I guess I have this weird thing where if you point out a problem to me and explain how it's a problem, for me it's like 50% closer to being solved. But what am I actually even talking about? Well, to lay it out simply, currently in my generation, the Zoomers, they're facing a very strange situation. Most of us have gone down this whole school through college, through university, through getting a degree and hoping to strike out into the world and get high-paying jobs, and yet most people that I've spoken to are just stuck. We're stuck. We're stuck in a rut. We've got nowhere to go and nothing to do, and everywhere that we're trying to get jobs in just doesn't want to hire us. And I can meme and everything and put as many goofy edits on the screen as possible, but well, it's actually kind of shit. It's actually kind of upsetting. It's very depressing, and there's a lot of people now in the world, particularly young men, who just feel so lost and so like, I don't know what the hell to do now, because a lot of people derive meaning through the work they do. As goofy as it sounds, jobs do give people a purpose. Otherwise, we're just sitting around playing Baldur's Gate 3 all day long and scrolling on Reddit. There's nothing else really deeper to life than that. And I think this problem goes right the way back. It isn't just some recent 2020s thing. It goes back to before I was even born, and well, if you can tell from my accent, oh darling, I love a cup of tea, oh yes, oh the pores, they smell. Yeah, I'm British, and in my country we basically had this policy that was introduced in the 1990s, a couple years before I was born, by some guy, I don't quite know, he's pretty small politician, you might not have heard of him, named Tony Blair or something, and he basically came up with a policy of young people have to go to university. He set a target for 50% of young adults. That's actually kind of insane, 50%, wow. Basically they wanted a more qualified workforce, get more people through uni and getting them into jobs. And well, this policy, it's failed. It's just failed. I'm sorry. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to pull a politician's thing. It's failed. Nowadays, you'll go to apply for a cleaner's job and the boss man will look at your CV and be like, oh, you have a graduate with a first in English from the University of Oxford. You're top of your class in school. You got straight A's, straight 9s, most likely to succeed in your yearbook. And what you're applying for is a cleaner's job. And the only reason why people are applying to those jobs is because they can't get employment in the area that they graduate. And even those jobs aren't hiring. And I think a lot of people are just kind of feeling really lost and really angry, and they don't really know who to go to. So I'm here with my memes and my goofy edits to at least kind of vocalize that frustration, if nothing else. And if that gets people talking, then hey, I've done my job. So there you go. If we're getting personal with this story, I'll give you a couple of examples. The year 2016. The protagonist, me, 15 years of age, fresh-faced, golden over 1 in Counter-Strike Global Offensive for like a day before I got kicked and deranked because of Russians. Heavily addicted to Lucozade and Doritos and watching MLG montage parodies alongside my good old buddy Pyrocynical. I remember sitting in class one day, and this was form time. This was essentially the time before we actually started off our day, so it was quite early in the morning, and our teacher showed us a video on 10 high-paying jobs that don't require a degree. I actually think I can find this video on YouTube, but essentially the whole point of the video was, hey, You don't have to go to university. Here's some jobs you can do that don't require a degree, and you can go ahead and do that. I pretty much agree with everything said in this video, but every single other person in the class, I'm not even kidding when I say this, pretty much just kind of saw this video and went, nah man, I ain't gonna do that. When I said to other people in the class, I just don't want to go to uni. People in my school, I remember looking at me like I was crazy. Like, one guy even said to me, how are you going to get a job? What are you going to do? And I was like, I don't know. What do you think I'm going to do? Sit around and claim benefits? I mean, that's what I did for a while, but we don't talk about that. Anyway, the point is the idea of not going to university was so out there. And I remember that pretty much seeped into every aspect of my school's culture. We had a very strong number of academically successful people. We had lots and lots of kids who were very gifted. I wasn't one of them. And for a lot of people, it was just the default. It was just what you did. I remember I even knew a guy who, when he got money when he was 13, just put that money aside and said, this is going towards my university fund. And that was the normal thing to do. And if you went against that, you were seen as kind of a bit strange. When I finally got to college and escaped my school, things got even worse. Every single teacher was pro-university, and the only one that ever actually spoke out against the faculty and told students, no, you don't need to go to university, was the only one who coincidentally ended up getting fired. It was so heavily pushed onto us that we even had sessions that were specifically about writing letters that would allow you to apply to various universities, and I was the only person in my entire class who decided, no, I'm not doing this, and I used to just spend those classes watching YouTube or browsing Reddit or going on 4chan. In the end, I did end up going to university, but that was only after the lockdown and isolation madness of 2020, and well, to be honest, I actually really enjoyed it. University was a lot of fun. I met a lot of nice people, learned a lot of interesting things. I nearly quit 3 times, but in the end I graduated and got a degree, and that was it. All's well that ends well, right? Well, first day out, I tried to get a job, and I tried again. And again, 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 until... Oh, fucking hell. And that was over 2 years ago. We're now 2 years on, and I have managed to find some paid work, but let's just say it's not exactly very stable right now. Instead of applying for normal jobs, I basically just had to kind of go at it myself and try and find work on a contract basis, and that was somewhat successful, but as I said before, it hasn't exactly been very lucrative. I am earning money, but it's nowhere near the amount I would need to be super independent. Like I said, I'm not the only one in this boat. Yeah, we're cooked, chat. Let's just say that this story of mine that I'm telling, it isn't isolated. So many people, either people that I've met or people that I'm friends with, are stuck in this exact same damn situation. One of my closest homies literally spent an entire year after he graduated uni sending CV after CV after application after application, and he finally managed to get a job, and that was literally just through someone that he knew offering him a place at somewhere where they worked at. Another person that I know got a pretty significant degree in a pretty major area, and all he's ending up doing is working as an operator job at a theme park. Again, it's work, but in comparison to what he graduated in, it's really not very much. And the only reason why he took the job was because he couldn't find anything else. I remember a few years ago, I was about 17, and I was walking in my local area, and I saw an ad on one of these uni transport buses that specifically stated that 95% of the students in that uni graduated and were in full-time employment within a year after graduation.
That was a fucking lie.
This is something that is a unique challenge to my generation, and the problem is that the boomers and the older gen millennials, they just don't really get it. Too many of them see Gen Zers or Zoomers as oversensitive, which is kind of hilarious, seeing as a lot of them spend their time crashing out about brown people or woke college students on Facebook. It's not that I don't want to work, or other people my age don't want to work. I do. It's just trying to find a job in this economy it's just damn near impossible. And I mean, there's loads of reasons, and I think the real reason why there's a problem has got something to do with the way that hiring now works. AI is putting a lot of people out of jobs, especially in my industry, and there's a rise in these so-called ghost job positions that are advertised on sites that don't actually exist. In the UK, where I live, it's literally costing companies more to hire because of government spending, and they're just outsourcing to other places. And the side effect of all this crap is a generation of people who are unsatisfied and left behind, and people who just want to build something cool, like they're playing Minecraft, but we can't. And couple that with the rising cost of everything and this social media spiral that's constantly bombarding you with negativity, you're just feeling like you were sold a dream that just didn't come true. I'm getting too damn existential here. Balls. Look, I'm not saying all this stuff to be doomsday. It's just so incredibly annoying, and it's just not really working, and I don't know what to do about it, but I want to at least get this message out there, if nothing else, so people can hopefully hear this and maybe consider it and all that. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hopefully this was interesting and you learned something. I know this is an incredibly unusual video and not the sort of thing I would normally make, but I just wanted to get a few things off my chest, really. Promise next video I make will be something a bit more fun, a bit more goofy than this, but yeah, we're up Shit's Creek right now, and so I think we need to kind of highlight this problem and see what we can do to fix it, if nothing else. Anyhow guys, take care of yourselves and have a great day.
Are you fucking kidding me?